immortalized as Michael Jackson's girlfriend in his 1983 music video epic Thriller. From being subjected to his terrifying transformation into a werecat creature, to being surrounded by hordes of undead as MJ is transformed into a zombie himself, Ola Ray is featured throughout the entire 14-minute video. The production costing $500,000, making it the most expensive music video ever produced at the time. Premiering on
a decade later, it will be $7 million. Shout out to Scream.
TV on December 2nd, 1983, the song's horror movie-inspired music video was a monster hit and catapulted Ola into a short period of superstardom as music's most recognizable video girl. Intense public attention that certainly took its toll on the 23-year-old Ola, who eventually spiraled and as a result experienced much of the darker sides of fame in Hollywood.
What? She went to jail? What? All right, let me
Still recognized by fans today, Thriller has forever cemented the small-town girl into pop culture history, and despite the morbid video premise, Ray has fond memories working on the video, in particular, the very intimate time she spent with her co-star, Michael. Nearly 40 years on, Ray has more recently shed light on what it really was like working with the King of Pop, from daily pranks on set to their steamy romance. What really happened behind the scenes of history's biggest music video? In Ola Ray's eyes, her and Michael fell in love. But were the feelings mutual? And what put an end to their short-lived affair? Here's the detail. Born in St. Louis, Missouri, young Ola Ray moved frequently as a child due to her father's military career, with her family relocating to Los Angeles before settling in Japan by the time she reached her teens. Much like Michael, Ola came from a large family with 8 other siblings and were often compared to the Jackson family and the Jackson 5, who were topping the charts at the time. While in Japan, Ola caught the performing bug and started dancing in clubs and other night spots all over Japan as part of an organized dance tribe. At 18, the young performer...
Organized dance tribe. An interesting phrase of words. But okay.
Decided to move back to the United States to pursue a career in show business. As part of this mission, her then agent bluntly told her that at 5'4" she was never going to be a fashion model and asked her to consider appearing in Playboy magazine in order to get noticed for other types of work, in modeling or otherwise.
So what's the height? Well, what's the height requirement to be a model? Like 5'11"? Like, bro...
Ola Ray agreed with the advice, sent her photos to Playboy, and was soon asked to test for the magazine. Featuring as a playmate in June of 1980, Ola was quickly adopted into the Playboy fold, getting friendly with the magazine's publisher Hugh Hefner, and becoming a regular at the mansion, whether at official parties or more casual gatherings with other playmates. At the same time, Ola was pursuing other modeling and acting opportunities. However, she only appeared in a couple minor movie roles until 1983, when her agent gave her a call to meet director John Landis for an audition. Unaware what the audition was for, when she arrived at his office, Landis sat her down and cryptically began to explain what the project would entail. Quote, he said that he needed a girl to play 2 different parts, Ray recalled. Quote, one would be a modern-day girl, the other would be a girl based in the 1950s, but we would have the same boyfriend. We would be sitting in the theater watching ourselves on the big screen. Then once my boyfriend on screen turned into a werewolf, it would make the modern-day girl afraid and want to leave the theater. After explaining her role, the director began to play the track, and that was when everything fell into place for Ray. Quote, I just got so excited, and I just looked at him and said, oh my god, is this for Michael's video? Please choose me. A huge Michael Jackson fan, Ray told Landis that she was the best girl for the job and emphatically attempted to convince him to give her the part. He eventually agreed, and after running his decision by the singer, Ray was cast in the role. However, the former centerfold model was concerned that Jackson, a squeaky clean pop star and devout Jehovah's Witness, would want someone else for the part after catching wind of her Playboy past. However, Landis assured her it wasn't a problem. Quote, I think John had seen my issue and that's how he chose me. She chuckled.
Oh wow, she was really in that movie. Okay. But yeah, it's just like I don't think Michael he probably didn't even know nothing about that, by the way. He probably didn't know until after. But that's a crazy, like the way he described it, I was like, what? What music video are we talking about? Oh, that is Thriller. That was kind of Like the way he described it, I'm like, what music video are you talking about? But I guess that is Thriller. Interesting.
She later said that Landis likely showed the soon-to-be King of Pop her Playboy issue, which in her printed interview, she cited Jackson as her favorite music artist. Quote, I believe that's what Michael got the idea for using me. He saw my pictures in there. The first time Ola met Michael, he sent a limousine for her, and when she arrived on set, she watched backstage while Jackson filmed the video's iconic zombie dance. Quote, I had a front row seat that night to watch Michael and his dancers, and he kept telling them, let's do it again, let's do it again. He was meticulous and a perfectionist. A huge fan of Michael, Ray described her job working with the artist. Quote, can you imagine Michael Jackson dancing and singing around me while I do my little Thriller walk? I felt like I was the luckiest girl in the world. Although Jackson was fully focused on his artistry during the shoot, Ola Ray also described his playful side. Quote, Michael made me so comfortable with him always joking. We were laughing all the time. We were having 2 weeks of fun every day with him. Describing him as a joker, Ray said the 25-year-old Jackson was always playing pranks behind the scenes. Quote, I had so much fun with Michael. He was like the funniest person ever.
Like, bro, man. Michael Michael is a vibe, son. Like, even though he's focused and he's meticulous and he wants to make sure the job is done, also, I've yet to hear anybody say a negative thing about Michael in terms of when he's on set and when he's working. Like, so it's not like these other high, highfalutin actors or artists or, directors. Like, but it got me thinking: Is Ola Ray the first love interest in a music video for Michael? Like, I was really thinking about like, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough wasn't it? Rock With You wasn't it? Beat It, no. Oh no, Billie Jean, technically. I don't remember what that girl even looked like if we even saw a face of her. So technically it might be Billie Jean, but I think this is like the first like real love interest in a music video for Michael. I think. Pretty sure. Which chose good. Great choice, Michael.
One such incident involved the bizarre but hilarious confrontation with one of the makeup artists.
Jesus.
Quote, on set, I would sit outside my trailer to retouch my makeup, and Michael would come and sit right next to me, and he would stare at me the whole time. One day he just said to me, Ola, can you help me with something? And I said, sure, Michael. He said, well, I have this shine on my nose. What do you think I should do? And I reached into my purse and got my little powder puff, and I put a little powder on his nose. Jackson was amazed and dragged Ray to the makeup artist's trailer. Guess what? Ola helped me get the shine off my nose. The makeup artist turned around and looked at me and said, girl, don't you know how many times Michael's had a nose job? There is no way we're getting the shine off his nose. Wow. While Ray stared at the makeup artist with her eyes wide, Jackson just burst out laughing. In contrast to Michael Jackson's playful manner, Ray also revealed that she had the pleasure of witnessing his more flirtatious side as well, that there was much more romance behind the scenes than what was captured on screen. Quote, he was always playing with my hair and tickling my feet. We had something special going on between us while we were shooting, and there was a second kiss behind closed doors. She reminisced. Quote, I kissed him for the first time on set. I kissed him on the cheek. Then he asked me to come into his dressing room one day, and I went in there, and we sat down and had a conversation, and we got really close, and that's when he kissed me the second time. It was a very passionate kiss, and, we also did a little something else, but that's all I'm gonna say.
Wait a minute! Wait! Okay. Like, we could, no, that's all we're gonna leave it there. We're gonna leave it there. But okay, hey.
Ola Ray would then go on to describe how the notoriously shy
the girl is mine. The doggone girl is mine. All right, Michael.
Star stripped off in front of her, adding, quote, I'll just tell you this much. He undressed in front of me. Getting intimate with Michael made me feel really, really good. In a way, it was like a real romance. Once the video for Thriller premiered on MTV, it became an instant global hit. After each broadcast, MTV would advertise when they would play it next, and recorded audience figures 10 times the channel's norm. Within months, the Making Michael Jackson's Thriller cassette tape sold 1 million copies, triggering a VHS revolution, making it the best-selling video release at that point. The music video also boosted sales of Jackson's Thriller album, which sold 1 million copies a week following the video debut, and soon after was named the best-selling album of all time. Swept up in the incredible moment Michael Jackson was experiencing at this time, and the far-reaching success of the Thriller video, Ola Ray instantly became a household name and had high hopes that this recognition would act as a springboard for her to forge her own career in the spotlight.
Yeah, like her acting skills in that was great. Like, she didn't overact. She felt authentic and real, like from the beginning when she was in the car with Michael, and then when he became a werewolf, it was believable. Like when she was scared out of her mind, then when she was in the theater and Michael was making fun of her, and it felt authentic. Like she was embarrassed, but she felt away about it. And then my favorite part is the walk when Michael is singing around him in the alleyway, and I think John Landis talks about, like, she had to nail that because she has to walk, but not too fast, but walk at a certain pace where Michael can still do what he's doing. Like, she really killed that role. And then at the end, when she's running and then got scared, like, to me, she's the best love interest in any Michael Jackson video because she actually had to show range. She wasn't just a pretty face. She had to actually act more than I think anybody, like more than the girl in You Rock My World, more than the girl in The Way You Make Me Feel. Yeah, like she had to actually like act. So I think she's the best one. But you comment below, who's the best love interest in a Michael Jackson video?
In May 1984, on the back of her Thriller success, the video girl made another appearance in Playboy and spoke about a couple very special times she spent with the superstar, saying that the Thriller set was sexually tepid. Quote, "But don't make any assumptions out of that about Michael's sexuality. I've known plenty of homosexuals, but Michael doesn't seem like any of them. If anything, he just doesn't deal with sex at all." So after making such a big impression on each other, did the two ever attempt to rekindle their romance after the filming of Thriller?
They're a cute
Unfortunately, their relationship was short-lived after an unnamed friend of Jackson's also had his eye on Ola Ray, forcing the musician to call things off. Quote, "Michael had made this secret arrangement, a promise to someone, and that was why we couldn't continue our relationship." The last time Ola saw Michael was while he was recording his Bad album at Westlake Studios, where she bumped into him. Detailing their final meeting, Ray said, quote, "I went over to say hello to him, and when I walked in, I said, 'I know who this secret admirer of mine is.' Michael just looked at me and said, 'Ola, I'm so sorry.' And I said, 'No, it's okay.' Jackson then invited Ray to join him and his team for lunch, but she declined, choosing to go back to recording instead. Quote, 'I wish I had stayed and had lunch with him, because that was the last time that I saw him.'"
Damn.
Although a more long-standing romance with Jackson never materialized.
Like, really, you turned down lunch with Michael Jackson, bro? Like, I guess it must be the thing where she was hurt, probably. Yeah, you turned down lunch with Michael Jackson. Now I know it's with a group of people, but still, like, I don't know, man. You might have fumbled that one, cuz. Like, you might have fumbled. Like, you go to that dinner, who knows what happens? Like, you might be able to, get them to work on your album or whatever you was working on or something. Like, you turned him, like, basically you turned him down, basically. Basically, you turned him. But then there was somebody that was trying to intervene in that, so I don't know. Intriguing.
Ola Ray did hope that their on-screen association would benefit her pursuit for stardom. However, after only appearing in a few other film and TV roles in the 1980s, including minor parts in Fear City and Beverly Hills Cop 2, Ola said that the Michael Jackson appearance didn't actually open any new doors, but may have in fact hampered her prospects, as she was very quickly typecast the Thriller Girl. a label that was placed upon her without the financial compensation she believed she was entitled to. Aside from the initial $2,500 she was paid for her part in the video, Ola claims that she signed a contract for 2.5% of the video's profits and was entitled to a percentage of all future merchandising bearing her image. However, she didn't receive any royalties for 2 years after the video release. We shot the video in 1983 and my first payment didn't come until 1985. After that, it came like every other year or something, and it was nothing compared to the percentage I was owed. She stated that her cut should be around $4.2 million, but claimed she had been paid less than $200,000 in the years since the video was released. At first, Ray blamed Michael Jackson.
Why didn't you sue him? Like, whoever the contract was with, you should have sued him. If it's in contract to receive 2.5%, probably yearly, I would think, unless it's, I don't know how it was worded, but you should have sued him. Whoever them is. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, like, you the most viewed, probably the most viewed girl in the history of a music video. Like,
$0.2 million, but claimed she had been paid less than $200,000 in the years since the video was released. At first, Ray blamed Michael Jackson himself for this gross underpayment, resulting in her filing legal action, along with the video director John Landis, against the King of Pop in May 2009, less than 2 months before his sudden death on June 25, 2009. It has been reported that up until June 2010, the video earned $93.7 million in digital video sales and $78.6 million in DVD sales. In 2012, the estate of Michael Jackson settled the lawsuit, awarding Ola Ray $75,000 in back payments, $20,000 of which was used to pay her legal team. Ray has since stated that she has forgiven Jackson, but the situation has tainted what was once a positive experience for her. Quote, "It wasn't at all what Michael had originally written in the contract. I was just really sad how they treated me." Despite its legal troubles, Ray is still grateful to have been a part of music history. Nearly 4 decades later, she's still recognized by music fans for her role. Quote, "I'm just very honored. Working with Michael and being with him was definitely worth it, but what happened afterwards, that's a different story." Ola Ray has since written a book on her experiences in the entertainment industry. The Thrill of It All details the dark side of fame, Ray's battles with addiction, living through domestic violence, her 1992 arrest, the Me Too movement, and more. Quote, "I talk about what happened with all the producers and directors who wanted to have sex with me to give me a part in their movie. I talk about what I had to go through and how I survived it." Thanks for watching The Detail. Which other Michael Jackson video co-stars would you like us to report on next?
So, all right, first things first. I'm like, yeah, why did, like, we should have saw her in way more stuff after this this music video. So it probably was a thing to where she wasn't willing to compromise her integrity and her morals and get certain roles that, let's be honest, a lot of other people, men and women, would have to get their roles. Probably. But that payment thing, that's crazy. Like, after all that, she only got $75,000. But she was supposed to get reportedly $4.2 million. Like, that's crazy. Now, to blame Michael, I don't know if he drew up the contract himself. Okay. And maybe that's why she was hesitant to sue off rip. Yeah, I don't know who the contract was with. But I'm like, was Michael making a contract back then? Like, I don't know. Wouldn't that not be with, I'm trying to think, who would I have been through? Because it's a music video, so I don't even know who would I even been through. But, yeah, that's messed up if she didn't get the money she was owed. But also, yeah, I feel like that's messed up also that she was typecasted. It's a shame, like, she was, like, we can only put her in thrillers. We can't put her in anything else, ironically. We can't put her in any other type of movies or anything like that. Mess up. And also, it might be a thing to where, I don't know if it's the case, but they might saw, Hollywood is so fickle. They might have saw someone that's in like Playboy as someone who, like, I don't know, they didn't want to put someone in Playboy in a movie or in a TV role, something like that. Because, you know, everybody got to be so virtuous. Because, you know, Hollywood is virtuous. It's like the biggest. Anyway, but interesting. Apparently, her and Michael had a little something going on. I can see that because she's a beautiful girl. I was about to say shout out Sean Kingston, but got to shout. If I want to shout out to him, you got to go to the penitentiary. But yeah, shout out to Ola Ray, man. If you haven't, go watch me and my homie Layla's reaction to her tribute to Michael Jackson. Just be forewarned, it may be maybe one of the worst tributes of all time, but still go watch it. I try my best to show Ola Ray grace, right? But yeah, it just. But like I said throughout this video, I think she's the best love interest of all time. Like, we might have to do that video one day of like all love interests in Michael Jackson videos. But I think she's number one. But we'll maybe do that list. But give me your favorite love interest in Michael Jackson videos. Comment below, like, comment, subscribe, share all the things of the things. Ain't gotta go home. Do gotta get to stepping. Peace.